just getting that stream started for you.
Cool.
All right, so just quickly, for the people that haven't had a chance yet to go onto the Brand Love Learning portal, all of your lectures that you attended this week will be in the learning portal if you want to go and catch up again before you write your exam. Also, there will be downloads from various things that we've left there for you, a couple of really great books that I just want to quickly talk about. Let me just see. There will be chapters of some of these books. This is service design thinking, service design methods, service design doing. All right, so if you go through the Brand Love Learning platform, after the lessons, you will see there's PDF downloads. There's a whole lot of things there that we left there for you to really empower you to continue your learning and to have resources to help you. All right, so let me quickly go through just a summary of the journey design we did yesterday. So one of the things that I think really helps us is like having like a one-pager. I love one-pager. So first of all, we said have clear objectives about what you want to do with your journey mapping. Have a problem that you want to solve. Then choose your diverse team of people that will go on the co-design journey with you. Decide on your customer persona and look at some of the other actors that your persona will engage with. Then if you look at, I'm just going to take a different color pen here to guide you. Let me choose a bright blue. Let me choose that bright blue. All right, so when you plot your story, you want to start at the end of your story. All right, so step one is go to your end frame, decide on what you want that end frame to be. Decide what you want that end frame to be. What do you want the customer to say? What do you want them to feel? Then, when you go to the start of your journey, step two, you usually want to ask, what was the trigger? What happened before? Because often we don't start our journey where it starts. We think it starts there. All right. So when I go to Pick and Pay, my journey doesn't start when I enter the store. It starts when I arrive home and I see there's no bread and milk. All right. Then we want to go step by step and map every interaction that the customer has, everything they do, every step they take. And then you said one of the big learnings was map that white space where nothing happens. And you might want to then reorder some of the moments in your journey. All right. Then we prioritize the moments in the journey and we want to unpack the journey in terms of what are some of the natural emotions that people feel, and one of the groups actually went and did that. And then what are the emotional target we want to set? All right. When we have our moments of truth, so first you want to map wide, then you choose your moments of truth, and then you go into the details. All right. And as you go into those details of the moments, look at what does your customer want to get done? What's their goal? What's their expectations? What are some of their challenges? What will impress them? And then ultimately, if your emotional goal is set, I've said I want them to feel confident, important, and respected throughout the journey, then how can I make that happen? All right. So I love this, what are moments of magic? What are moments of misery? How can I exceed the expectations in those moments? All right. And then we've got our backstage details. So, who's the moment owner? What are some of the processes? What are the systems involved? What are some of the customer-facing documents? What are the artifacts? What are some of the challenges of the owner and of the people orchestrating this experience? And how can I really simplify the experience? How can I make it easier for the moment owners? All right, so this gives you a slightly different perspective, and this will be downloadable in the learning portal. All right, So just quickly before I carry on, I want to show you a template that we've left in Smaply. So the journey mapping, Johan, if you can just bring me back so I can see if I have success in sharing my screen. So ultimately, what I invite you to do when you go back to your organizations is decide what is your way of mapping the journey. Decide, what do you want in your template? There's no right and there's no wrong way. We've merely shown you what we've learned from global experts over the last, 12 years in terms of, what are some of the things that really drive innovation? What are the aspects we need to pay attention to that can get us to learn more about the journeys and help us unlock, innovation as well as fix some of the broken experiences. So I want to just quickly go to the template we've left for you in the platform, and we can also, if my team just creates a reminder for me, that we actually send you a PDF of this after the program. So I want to quickly just do this. I'm just doing a PDF for you so that I want to quickly take you through this template. I know it's painful, but I want to just quickly take you through this template, because this probably has everything and anything that you might ever need. So this template we built in Smaply, all right? And you can go and make a copy of this. You can also, if you want to go into the template, I think you might be able to export it as Excel if you want to work with this in Excel. So you can see here, we've got the moment, then we've got the world of the customer, and we're creating a little scenario or a story here. We've got the customer storyboard, which is images that belong with the customer and what they're doing. Then we've got the jobs to be done, and we would create this for every moment. What's the job to be done in that moment? Then we've got the empathy map template that I showed you yesterday. What is the day before yesterday? What's the customer doing? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? What's the effort required from them? Then what's the channel that they would use? What's the expectation? Then we map the as-is experience. What's the experience today? Is it adhering to the brand promise? What are some of the customer insights that we found through co-design sessions or voice of the customer or surveys or telephone calls? What are the hurdles to the customer being satisfied? What are the employee pain points and challenges in that moment? All right, because sometimes there's things like systems and processes that prevents the employee actually from delivering a great experience. Then the design of the future journey. What is the empowering emotions we want to evoke? What's the ideal experience? What's the wow experience? I see there's a little spelling mistake there. What's the disappointing and failed experience? Because often we say, all right, let's just communicate more with the customer in this moment. That's a standard. That's bringing it to what the acceptable standard is. A wow experience is very different from that. All right, so we've separated it out here to say the ideal experience is just closing that's just hygiene factors. That's closing an existing gap. All right, and then we've brought a nice little piece in here. Your CFO, CEO, financial managers will love you for this piece. So what's the business case? What's the value to the customer? What's the value to the organization? What are some of the operational metrics that you track today? And what are the key performance indicators that'll tell us that that moment is on par? Then, the motivators and actions. So what are the actions to close the gap and differentiate? Do you need to build a new system? Do you need to train people? What are the things you need to do to get this experience on track? And then why would you act? Because often we stop with the map there and we don't actually get very clear about the actions and the motivators for that actions. And then we've got all of the backstage things, processes, systems, who are the people involved, what's the internal owners, and what are some of the artifacts. All right. So let me quickly, I just want to show you, do you want to see like one completed map? Let me just see if I can share with you. and I don't want to share any client stuff. But I'm going to show this to you so quickly. I'm going to show this to you so quickly. I just want to show you a project where there was a lot of personas, and these maps got really, really quite complicated. So if we look at, and you can see how we version the journeys. All right, so this is version 1.7. So every time we work on a new version. All right, so here you can see a map where there is 3 different personas. I've got my member of the retirement fund, I've got my HR person, and I've got my call center person. And here's my storyboard. And here I've described my member's journey. What is their goal? What is the problems to be solved? What are the member expectations? Desired emotions? How do I exceed expectations and fail expectations? All right. So you can see there's a ton of information in this map. When we export it to PowerPoint, all right, we can then set different things to actually export. So if we want to export the member, we can choose what the PowerPoint format should be, all right? And this makes it so that, you know, you get great information on your PowerPoint. It still needs to be massaged, all right, because some of it renders quite ugly. But if you spend a little bit of effort on that, it can actually look really, really great. All right, team. So what I've just remembered is we would have imported these things into Smaply for you. My intention was to get up early this morning, and I completely, when I looked at my alarm clock, it said it should wake me up at 6 o'clock Mondays to Thursdays, and obviously not on a Friday. So let's just see if you can find a creative way. When we go into the breakout rooms, we will see whether we can quickly create some Smaplies for you. But I think don't rely on us. I think retrospectively it would be great just to have those Smaplies for you. All right, any questions? Any questions on that scary template? All right, so what I want to cover with you now is 2 pieces. So the one is looking at how to take your things from ideas to actions, all right? And then the next piece I want to show you is an incredible way to present things. Now, we wanted to play a video for you. I'm going to see whether we can leave that video in the learning platform for you. I think one of the things just quickly hold on for